Good evening, everyone. It is a Wednesday night, April 19th. It is the night of the new moon, the second new moon. Thought I would pop on and do some cards in chat. For all of you that are watching on the replay, thank you for being here. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up. And let me see, what do I need to say? So tomorrow, Thursday, April the 20th at 2 p.m. Eastern, Nancy Jean from Nancy Jean's Garden and I will be streaming. We will be together here at Dozen Cats, but we will be streaming to each other's channels. We'll be doing some past life readings. There is a notification on the community board, so if you would like to put your question in there, feel free to do so, or of course join us in chat and ask your question then. And on Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern, I'm launching a new series. It's called Dozen Cats Chats, and Allie from Heart and Soul Connected will be my first guest, and we will be talking about her journey on YouTube, sort of riffing back and forth. So lots of good things coming. So make sure that you have your bell notification turned on, not just for my channel, but for all the channels that you watch, because I've been hearing from a lot of people that their bell notifications have not been working. So make sure that you get that turned off. So it is 8:04, and according to my little thing here, we have nobody watching yet. So I'm literally sitting here talking to myself, which is fine. It's all good. The weather is crazy here. We have last week it was like 85 degrees a couple of days, and yesterday was -1. So I'm not sure what's going on with the weather. It's supposed to be 16 on Saturday, so that's Celsius, of course. So we'll see. We'll see where spring takes us if spring decides to show up more than one time. So I've seen that someone just popped in and someone left, so that's unfortunate, but hopefully they'll be back, or hopefully someone else will show up and we'll get to actually toss some cards. What else could we do? It's been a long time since I came on live and nobody was here. Perhaps everybody's out looking at the new moon or setting their intentions, getting ready for the new moon. A lot of intense energies going on. So I'm here for tossing cards. If anyone is interested in a meeting reading, do let me know. Hi, Teresa. I'm so glad to see you. I was sitting here for a few minutes talking to myself. Hi, honey. How are you doing, Teresa? Hope all is good. Hope all is well. So I'll stick around for a little bit and see if anyone pops in. And if nobody pops in or nobody wants a reading, I will get on with my evening. But like I said, I'm here to toss some cards. If anyone is looking for a reading, just let me know. I would prefer not to do any health questions. And of course, remember that the readings are for entertainment purposes only. So, Isn't this fun? I have a Quincy sitting beside me over here to my right. Quince, what are you doing? He's having a bath. He's literally bathing as we speak. I have no Charlotte. I have no Austin. Rosie is out in the living room with my husband. So yeah, you know what? Let's pull a couple of cards. We'll just see what we get. I do have kind of a funny little story to share. So I've got, somehow I managed to spill baby powder all over my desk. So my cards all have baby powder on them. So that should be fun. Hopefully they're not too slippery. All right, we've got the Knight of Pentacles popping out. Hi, Linda. We've got the Emperor coming out. Interesting. How are you, Linda? Thank you for being here. I was starting to think that I was going to be talking to myself for the rest of the evening. Ooh, we got the Queen of Cups. I'm just pulling some cards to see what kind of energy we got going on here. So the Knight of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the Queen of Cups. And we've got the Two of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Definitely feels like a relationship. Could be like a boss and an employee, but it feels very much like a relationship. Really like coming together and communicating and getting things done. They are like on the path of putting their dreams into reality. You know, bringing their energies and their strengths together and sort of like joining forces, I want to say, which is beautiful. It's a lovely way to start the evening. And I noticed that some of my cards have gone all astray here. So talk amongst yourselves for a moment while I sort myself out over here. How's it going in your neck of the woods, Linda? What's your weather like? Hi, Karen. It's good to see you. Thank you for being here. I was just thinking to myself that I might, like I was talking to myself earlier, there was nobody here, so I was just rambling. Oh, that's very kind of you. Appreciate it. Raining and in the 40s. Yeah, it's, I can hear the birds chirping. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not, so that's interesting. So I was out in the backyard with Rosie today, and we're trying to work on her not not losing focus when she's distracted with other noises and so forth. And I was throwing a stick around in the backyard. She's hysterical. You throw the stick, she starts running, and then she stops and she grabs a different stick. And then she zooms around the backyard and comes close to you like 3 or 4 times, like she's gonna, like she understands, leave it. Suffices to say that I was doing more work than she was trying to throw the stick with her. Anyhow, it's funny that you mentioned that, Linda, about it's not snow, because it seems like Rosie's having difficulty adjusting to the different, I guess, the different tactile feeling of the grass. And I don't know if that's common for dogs or not, but she had no problem, doing her potty training in the snow. She doesn't seem to want to do that in the grass, though, or on the grass. She's having some issues where that is concerned, but she is very much a work in progress. Hi, Michelle. It's good to see you, my friend. How is everything going? Let me know if you guys want a reading. I'm here for it. I would prefer not to do any medical questions. And of course, this is for entertainment purposes only. But I've got all kinds of cards on the table, so I am ready to go. Oh, they don't, Linda? See, I don't know that. That's good to know. That is good to know. I'm doing okay, thanks, Michelle. Hanging in there, my friend. At the beginning of the show, before everyone popped in, I was saying that tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern, Nancy Jean will be here, but we will be streaming to both of our channels. We're going to be doing some past life readings, so I look forward to doing that. I love doing past life readings with Nancy Jean. She uses... I don't know if you're not familiar. So this is her, the garden that she uses, and she tosses crystals in the garden for readings. She also has this for past lives, and she uses the garden as well as cards. So that's always fun. And then on Friday, I'm starting my new series, which is Dozen Cats Chats. And, we will be starting on Friday at 8 p.m. with Allie. So I hope that you can tune in for that. Allie will be talking about, or we will be talking about her journey on YouTube. Yes, she will. That's a good idea, actually, Michelle. Thank you for that. Karen says you can do a reading for me. Sure thing. Hi, Teresa. How are you, my friend? Hugs right back to you. I got one last time, so I will get out of line for someone else. No, it's all good. Write your question in there. Oh, thanks, Linda. I'm looking forward to it too. I've been wanting to do this for a while. And by the way, if anyone has any suggestions of different topics, let me know. Some of these will be like just me talking. Others will be like a guest. It's really, thoughts, opinions, feelings. We might get judgy or petty on a few. Ha ha ha. Just talking about whatever sort of pops into my mind. So I'm glad to hear that you're well, Teresa. All right, Karen, I got you. You're still waiting for your invite for the chat show? My husband's hysterical. Absolutely, Michelle. All right. Karen wants to know, will I be able to buy a house? Like this year or like ever, or... Oh, now it's pouring down rain outside. Pouring down rain outside. Alrighty. Well, we're off to a great start. I just turned my cards all over the table. Good grief. All right. Next year or ever. Like if you just want to ask a regular question, you know, like hear how you're asking a question, you can either show up tomorrow or you can go to the My Community tab, Michelle, and put your question in there, and then we'll read on it. Whether you're there or you're not, we'll still read on it. If you're talking about like an in-depth reading, you would have to contact Nancy Jean. I don't do past life readings like privately. Yeah, me too, Linda. I really feel like that's a good sort of fit for me. And I just want to say, in terms of the past life reading, I have been sort of like the guinea pig for Nancy Jean on a couple of different occasions on her channel, and she's done it live. Been very revealing and really like ultimately very healing. So if you're like going through stuff, or you've been carrying things for a while and you're not really sure why do I always feel this way, or why does this seem to be a pattern, it may be helpful. It was for me. All right. So this is a really good reading for you, Karen. We have the Four of Cups. So the Four of Cups is the energy coming in from the past. It doesn't have to be long ago. I feel like it's not too far off in the past, but it's a feeling of being stuck in a rut, like not making any traction, not really. You're kind of bored, right? Next to that, we have the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is a celebration. It is usually celebrating a milestone, but it's about community. It's about your soul tribe. It's about being a part of something bigger than yourself, right? And it is the finding of the soul tribe, if you will. And if you notice, there's a tent in the background. That's the home. So this is either like a wedding proposal or finding a new home. To answer your question, we have the Ace of Wands next to that. Aces are new beginnings, right? They are opportunities. When it comes to the Ace of Wands, there is the element of creativity to it, and that is in the challenge position. So that makes me think that it's possible that, that you may be setting your sights on one particular category and you might need to expand. You might have, might be beneficial to have a more creative sort of thinking process. In other words, go outside of your normal neighborhood, or, to a smaller town, maybe move in with a person, like buy the house with another person, or maybe buy a fixer-upper or something along those lines. Hi, Pooja. Good to see you, my friend. Thank you for being here. The outcome is the Magician. So this is manifesting your dreams, right? This is imagining you being there, using those tools, your energy, to sort of put that into fruition. And the Eight of Wands is on the bottom of the deck. This is information coming in. This is things moving quickly. So I feel like if you think outside of your normal box and allow yourself to really manifest that this is what you want, I think this is going to happen, and fairly quickly for you, which I think is beautiful. So I thank you very kindly for being here, and thank you for asking the question. I got you, Pooja. Hi, Thomas. All right, so Michelle would like a job reading. She needs to find another form of income. Hi, Beth. Well, I wish you all the luck in the world, Karen. And I really, I've heard so many people talk about the power of manifestation, in terms of like, I want a new car. So they imagine themselves in the car that they want, the color, the interior, even like allowing themselves to pick up on the scent of the new car, things of that nature, right? Until, it comes true. So the powers of manifestation, I think, are only as strong as you want them to be. And so, put that out in the universe and wish it into being, wish it into reality. All right. So, Michelle, what is going on? Michelle, what can we tell Michelle about possible additional income, job opportunity? What can we tell? Oops, I had a card turn over. I'm using my Kipper cards. Hi, Priscilla. I don't know why, but when it comes to my Kipper cards, I never select the card. I let Spirit select them for me. So, sorry, this might take a minute. Talk amongst yourselves. Insert the radio music here, or the elevator music, I should say. I can see that you're going through, like, I don't know if you're intentionally going through changes or if you are trying to trying to find a new start, a new beginning, searching for different opportunities, sort of expanding your horizons, that kind of vibe. We've got despair coming out. And the poverty card. Now these don't have to be literal, right? Despair and poverty, that can be how you're feeling, not necessarily your situation, but you're desperate for a change. You want to make something better. We literally have the journey and the change card coming out, which means that you are on your path to finding something better, something that suits you better. What's interesting here is that I have the mature woman, and the mature woman could be, a person that hires you. It could be a person that, you may interview with, potentially a new boss. A mature woman is not your contemporary. It's usually someone like above you, so someone that's older than you, for all intents purposes. I've got the Lovers card here, which implies that, you know, you need this, you want this, you feel like that is like the key, that's the ticket, which I can only say what comes out in the cards. I also have message of concern and concern. So this is really important to you, this finding of a new source of income. I feel like you may feel like you have the weight of the world on your shoulders. If that makes sense. Okay, we've got Ace of Pentacles, which is new opportunities, new beginnings, right? Something being offered to you if you make that choice. And then you've got the Three of Cups on the bottom of the deck, which is a celebration. Lunch with the ladies. We've got the Moon. So I feel like this might be... just be careful in your search that it's a legitimate job, because there's a lot of, like, you know, for example, if you're looking for remote work, there could potentially be scams there. So make sure that you pay attention to the details. You got the Page of Pentacles on the bottom. Oops, sorry. It helps if you look at the screen, Kelly. You got the Page of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. So, like, you're getting there, but I feel like you are being like extremely hard on yourself. Like how come I can't like just fix this into being? And you know that it doesn't work that way. I also got the Hierophant, the Page of Cups, and the Magician. So, you know, using the resources that you have, right? Network. People that you know. Put it up on Facebook, right? Go back to former employers. Be creative in your search. And I think that it will happen for you. But just when it does, make sure that you read all of the job description so that you're not sort of surprised. But I mean, here's the thing, right? Like, you know, cards aside, you know, bake a couple of banana loaves and tell your friends, like, you know, I need some money. Right? Open up an Etsy shop, craft sell on Etsy. I mean, there's thousands of pages, right? Go to your local community center and see if there's like a craft sale or a bake sale that you could participate in. Absolutely. Yep. Yeah. Listen, there's a lot of people out there that make a massive living by baking different baked goods and started in their kitchen, right? Cookies and pies and, you know, different kind of birthday cakes and stuff. There's all kinds of people, right? There's people on YouTube that have channels where they're literally just making dinner for their family. Maybe you have a creative way of making dinner or a meal stretch for your children, share it. I mean, you're a mom of 3, right? Or I believe, or a mom of 2. Share it. Hi, Jaded. Sorry I didn't say hi to you before. I just noticed. I got your question. Okay. Thomas says, when I was traveling, I loved the little ones running around in the gated area. Yeah, that's so cute. Okay, so hopefully that sort of answered your question. Hi, Jessica Lynn. You're welcome, Michelle. I hope that it helped a little bit. Let us know how it goes. All right, who is next? Pooja is next. Hi, Ange. What do I need to know about the decision of moving to a different city? I mean, that's another thing, right? Like if your kids, the friends of your kids or something, maybe one of them can help you, right? And farmers markets, like Linda just said, it's a great place to sell. And now is the time, because all of those, festivals and farmers markets and craft sort of artisan things, they're all sort of popping up everywhere right now. So it's a great time, right? I'm sorry, I don't mean to go on about it, but I'm literally sitting here and I'm thinking about how creative you were, Michelle, on Facebook during the holidays with your Elf on the Shelf. I have no doubt in my mind that you will be successful at whatever you choose to do. But when it comes to money, I mean, money makes the world go round. We need money to feed the children, kind of idea. And so sometimes it's hard to get out of our head or get out of our own way, because you're thinking like, I can only do this. Sort of sit back and maybe look at all those posts and read all those wonderful comments that people were leaving you over the Christmas about how creative that you were. And it might spark some kind of idea. And think about all the people that you see on Facebook or on TikTok doing recipes. Maybe film yourself making something and stick it on your Facebook page, and then sell it to your friends. Why the heck not? I mean, it's worth a shot, right? You're very welcome, my friend. All right. Pooja says, what do I need to know about the decision of moving to a different city? What does Pooja need to know about the decision of moving to a different city? Just so people know that I really do pay attention when I'm on Facebook. Maybe you can become one of those people, Michelle, that plans other people's birthday parties for their kiddos, right? See that? That's really weird, right? God, I said make banana bread, and you just made banana bread. Wasn't ironic, man. That's my intuitive side. I'm joking. That's funny. Here's the thing. If you can guarantee that it's not going to go bad by the time that I receive it, because I'm thousands of miles away from you. Someone else popped in here. I thought, hi, Jessica Lynn. My daughter just finished that job. Will she get a job in your video place coming in? Absolutely, Priscilla. No, I know you were, honey. Listen, my husband would love himself some banana bread. Pooja, are you moving for a relationship or because of a relationship? You don't really have to answer that question. So we've got the Nine of Cups coming out first. This is the wish fulfillment card, right? All of your dreams coming true, which is lovely. We have the Knight of Cups showing up. This is, very light, sort of happy, joyful energy, being sensitive. The reason why I asked to build a relationship is because I've got this Knight of Cups, and that's usually, it could indicate that it is, that there's some love interest there, right? So, that's why I asked that. We've got the Death and the Rebirth card coming in as your challenge. So, the opportunity to, like, literally how you ask the question, right? This is an opportunity. So if you choose to take the opportunity, I feel like this is a new start for you, a new beginning, a whole cycle of up until that point, you will be sort of putting behind you. And I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. Okay. The outcome card is the Eight of Pentacles. That's working hard, mastering your craft, getting a promotion at work, or, moving a level up in your studies, getting a job promotion, maybe even getting like a mentor or a teacher. So in your specific case, you said there it's for your studies. So I definitely see you going. I definitely see it being a good thing for you. On the bottom of the deck, you've got the Page of Swords. This is all about inspiration, right? You are going to be inspired and sort of get this like resurgence of energy within you to really focus and go after whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. And I think it's going to be a great thing for you. Just remember that challenge is that you can't, like, when you get to the new start, the new place, the new beginning, that's what you're focused on, not the stuff that happened before that. And I don't know what that stuff is, but not the stuff before that, right? Hi, Joan. Good to see you. Okay. All right, so that makes sense then. That's why that Knight of Cups. So you felt it. You felt it. Like, I don't know. It's like, sort of reminds me of the feeling of like Paris, and it's like the romantic place, right? Feels like it's very close to your heart in terms of like an endearment. You know how some places just feel like you're very drawn to them? It feels kind of like that. So yes, I think that you're going, and I think that it's going to serve you well. As long as you take advantage of the new start, right? Hopefully that makes sense. Jaded says, hi, may I ask, will I be moving into a home this summer or fall? Let's see what we got. Now, I try not to go political here, but friends, literally the last couple of days, I have not been able to listen to anything. I mean, I get like 2 minutes into it and I want to like hurt something. You know what I mean? I cannot believe what is happening. It's just, it's crazy. Just crazy. So, not that I am in any position of telling anybody what else to do or what to do, but I just decided I'm not doing this. Like, I'm not listening to it anymore. Like, I can't. So I'm like detoxifying from the news. It's so much. Oh, that's very kind, Priscilla. All right, here we go for Jaded. It's so, I mean, every single station, every single minute of every single day, it's like the exact same material, just regurgitated or written in a different way. It's like, can we just hear something different? Even if just for a couple of minutes, so we don't, oh, my ear is buzzing. Oh, I hate it when it does that. Stop it. Just so that we don't feel like we're watching a repeat performance, right? I mean, I can't pay attention when it's like that, if I was being honest. All right, what's going on for Jaded? Will I be moving into a home this summer or fall? We have the Wheel of Fortune popping out right away. Luck and progress, change. Indicating movement forward, which is always a good thing. We have the Page of Wands coming out. We have something that's just flipped over. We have the King of Cups that's flipped over inside the deck. Beautiful. Okay. All right. So, Jaded. Hi, Isadora. Absolutely. I agree with you, Isadora, and welcome, by the way. Okay. Jaded. Not sure if you're in a relationship or not, but I've got in the challenge position the King of Cups. So if someone around you, maybe a landlord, a significant other, a friend, someone like who is, in your ear or talking to you about this moving process, if someone around you is a water sign, they're showing up as a challenge. So here we go. Here are the friends. Really? Not you, Pola 8787. Welcome, Tarot Destroyer. Thank you for choosing my channel to visit. Really appreciate that. We haven't seen you in a long time, so I'm assuming that you must have been up to visiting other channels rather than mine. Welcome back. So we start out, Jaded, with the Wheel of Fortune, right? Like I said, this is luck, this is progress, this is change, this is forward momentum. Now, when it comes to the Wheel of Fortune, if you can learn the lessons that are happening while you're on your journey, then you can actually feel that you're making forward movement, forward momentum. If you're not learning the lessons, then it's more like a spinning of the wheels, if that makes sense. Okay. We've got the Page of Wands. This is it's about being intuitive, it's about being inspired, it's about being like, okay, I'm ready, I'm going after it. Nothing's going to stop me in a very like joyful, gleeful kind of way. So imagine your BFF, like Thelma and Louise style, says to you like, let's go out, let's go shopping or something like that. And it's like 10 o'clock at night and you're like, okay, let's do it. It's that kind of energy. Remember that the page, if you think of like a royal family, the page in tarot is like the court jester, or the young person. So there's a little bit of naivety sometimes to the page's whole approach to things, right? Then we've got that King of Cups showing up in the challenge position. Now, what that means, only you know, but the King of Cups is about love, right? They're about love. They're about nurturing. So like maybe your dad is like, no, I don't want you to. Maybe it's the landlord is like, listen, this isn't the right thing for you. It's something kind of like that. The outcome card is the Death and Rebirth card, which is a new start. So this move will be good for you when it happens. Okay. On the bottom of the deck, we've got the Moon card. So this card represents how you're feeling right now. And how you're feeling right now is a lot of conflict. I don't know if you're getting inside of your head, if other people are trying to get inside your head. You think that there's stuff going on. You're not sure if there's stuff going on. There's just like, it's a lot. But below that, I've got the Five of Wands, which is conflict. Right? So you are button heads with somebody. I'm going to assume it's like neighbors or other tenants or family members. But below that is the Three of Cups. This is a celebration. And below that is the World card, which means joy. It's blessings. It is a yes card. And it is the end of the major arcana intro. The journey has completed and we start all over again. So you are very close to this whole thing, we'll call it, being over and you being on the other side of it. In terms of when are you going to do it, I think like fall is what I'm feeling. Thank you, Thomas. I appreciate you. Yes, motivation with positivity. I feel my mom doesn't want me to because we are close. Yeah. Yeah. You know, it's so tricky when that happens, right? Because it's you know, we don't want to disappoint our families, you know, the people that love us or the people that we're close to, but we also need to be independent. And I will tell you that when my mom moved, I lived like 15 minutes away from my mom, and then my mom moved about 2.5 hours away from me, one way. And I so enjoyed those visits, even though the night that I heard that she was moving, I literally walked out of her house and I didn't speak to her for about 3 weeks. I was so devastated. And that's such a hurtful memory for me right now when I think about that, how mean and selfish I was in that moment to my mother. However, back to the point, going to visit her in her new home, she was so happy and she was so joyful, and we had the best time ever. And we had so much time just for her and I. There wasn't, you know, it wasn't like popping in for a cup of coffee. It was like a whole weekend. And it was like the best thing that ever happened to our relationship, because we became great friends above mother and daughter, if that makes sense. So I hope that it all works out for you, Jaded. And she says, yeah, and the landlord I consider family to me. We're not on good terms. Okay. Yeah, no, I totally got that. Yeah. So that's why that Moon card came out, and that's the King of Cups, I think, is the landlord. It's not your mom. And the restart is, and the conflict, and the Moon is all about like whatever your mom's putting inside your ear, right? You just have to find a way to tell your mom, your truth and why it's important to you, and say it in a kind way, say it in a loving way, make her understand that you're not leaving her, you're just going to the next chapter of your life, right? I know, wish you much luck, and thank you kindly for being here and for asking the question. Appreciate you. Hi, JR. How are you doing, my friend? Absolutely, Linda, no problem. Yes, forgiveness, my friend, forgiveness. All right. Priscilla says, my daughter just finished a temp job. Will she get a job in the near future? Please, can you read? Absolutely. Priscilla, can you give me your daughter's either first name, maybe? If you don't mind, not the last name, just the first name. Oh, you're very welcome, Jaded. Let me take a sip of my drink. Oh, thanks, JR. I'm doing well, my friend. I'm doing well, and I'm happy to hear that you are well. I am happy to hear that you are well. All right, so Priscilla's daughter is Shakira. Beautiful name, Shakira. Shakira. Will Shakira get a job in the future? Shakira get a job in the future. Well, these are interesting cards that I've got here. The answer to your question is yes. I think that she will, Priscilla. But I think that she has some inner work that she may need to do. And because your daughter is not here asking me the question, I'm not going to say all of the stuff in terms of what may be going on with her, but in response to your specific question, I feel that she may feel like a little battle weary after her job being finished. I think that she is taking this really difficult, like it's been really hard for her. I think that she might feel like not like a failure, but that she's let herself down or that she let other people down. She didn't want it to end is what I want to say, right? We've got the Three of Wands coming. So I've got the Four of Swords, which is why I said what I said. Okay. So she's gonna sort of remove herself and sort of give herself some time and sort of, love herself up a bit, take a break a little bit. Then the Sun card shows up. Okay, so that's your yes card. Yes, there's going to be another job. We have the Three of Wands showing up. This is goals and expansion. And that is in the challenge position, which means that, looking for a job is difficult, right? Especially if you're young and you don't have like a resume that's like 9 miles long. It's difficult to know when is it okay for you to ask questions? When is it not okay for you to say how you feel? When is it okay for you to say, I don't like this, or whatever the case may be. So as long as she can stay like focused and on track as to what she's good at, what she wants out of the job, is the job a good fit for her? As long as she can stay on that side of it, she can make that a positive experience. So in other words, don't get inside of her, like for her not to get inside of her own head. And then we have the Judgment card as the outcome. The Judgment card is like an enlightenment. It's like a new understanding. It's not an epiphany, but it's sort of like a new understanding on how the whole thing works, right? Right now, I feel like we've got the Page of Cups here, so she might be a little bit like pie in the sky, kind of, not thinking that she's going to be like the CEO of NASA or anything, but I feel like she has to think in sort of a scattered way in order for her to be able to sort out how she feels, because I don't think that she wants to say how she feels. I don't know if that makes sense or not to you, but that's what I'm getting. Below that, I have the Star card. This is about trust. It's about belief. It's about patience. The understanding of the most benevolent outcome, that if something is meant to happen, that it's going to happen. It's that kind of thing. So I want to throw one more card for you here. Actually, I want to throw two more cards. Okay, it does make sense. Good. Thank you. All right. That's what I figured it was. All right. So whether you tell her that you had this reading for her or not, that's up to you. But I'm just trying to help mom, help daughter, help herself. Okay? So the first card that I have is spiritual gifts. Okay? And the message on the bottom of the card says you are in the process of developing and fine-tuning your spiritual gifts. So whether that's you, I think this is about your daughter. So if your daughter is not listening to her gut instinct, not listening to her intuition, if she is second guessing herself, try to assist her to build that up, that trust factor in her intuition and her gut instinct, because it will serve her well in her life as she navigates, the rest of her life, right? It will also help to build her self-confidence, right? To trust her instincts, to trust whether she likes something or she doesn't, whether she wants to do this or whether she wants to do that. Do you know what I mean? I think that could be very, very helpful to her, so that she doesn't feel like she's, what's the word I'm looking for? Like she's frailing around, right? She won't feel scattered. She will feel focused if she can allow herself to trust in herself just a little bit more. So that's something that you might be able to help her with and guide her with. So I hope that helps. So the answer to your question is yes, she will find a job in the future, but she's going to have to sort of do a little bit of work on herself, so that she feels strong and kind of knows what she wants. All right, Miss Linda would like a card for a card or two for the rest of the week. Absolutely. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. You're very welcome, Priscilla. If anyone wants a private reading, I do private readings. It's done by donation, so whatever you can afford. I don't have a set price list. And if the information is in the description box below the video, if you're interested, not peddling it, just stating a fact. And of course, these readings are for entertainment purposes only. It's been very exciting here this evening. We have lots of people, and I love this, right? Because tonight is the new moon, the second new moon in April. It's happening sort of between Eastern time, or sorry, between the 19th and the 20th, depending on what time zone you live in. And what I think is super interesting is new moons are all about new starts and, new beginnings and setting your intentions and, goals and that sort of thing. And we have all of these people asking about moving and new opportunities. And I love that. I just love it. All right. So, Miss Linda, let's pull one of these guys here for you. So we start out with the Justice card. I'll show them to you in a second. Hi, Ron. How are you doing, my friend? We start out with the Justice card, followed by the Three of Pentacles, followed by the Eight of Swords, hi, Teresa. Perfect. All right, and on the bottom of the deck, we've got the Ten of Pentacles. So this is interesting. The Justice card. Things coming back into balance. Harmony. Harmony. Scales are being tipped sort of back where they need to be. Three of Pentacles, working together, working with other people. Collaborations, partnerships. The Eight of Swords. A little bit of self-doubt, not really seeing. I often say, like, specifically the way that this card is illustrated, right? Not seeing yourself as the world sees you, so you have a different perspective or a different viewpoint. Because I know a little bit of your backstory, Linda, I feel like that card is asking you not to hide, right? Not to hide. The Ten of Pentacles is, this is the happy home card. This is the solid foundation, the security. That is what you hope for. That is what you wish for. That is what you want. We have the Ten of Swords underneath that, which means you're almost done, right? You're almost done. You're almost ready to leave that where it needs to be left. And I love that for you, my friend. And I pulled this card here, which is peace. You're getting very close to the moment where you're going to feel more joy more often than not. And I so love that for you. My eye is literally twitching like crazy. I don't know if you can see it. It's driving me crazy. But yeah, you're getting very close. This is a great time that we're in, that we're about to move into, that is going to sort of provide you with the energy to feel like you could actually move past this. and actually make some traction. And what I mean by that is, like, I know you're still out there doing your thing, but that thing is still there. It's still weighing on you. You're going to actually start to feel like it's not weighing on you anymore, right? That you're actually making some traction. Hi, Jen. You're very welcome, Linda. I'm wishing nothing but love and blessings, my friend. You deserve it. All right. So those are all the questions that we had. So, well, I've got everyone here. Tomorrow I'll be on with Nancy Jean. She's coming to Dozen Cats, but we'll be streaming on both of the channels. So I've never done that before. So wish me luck. All things crossed. And we're going to be doing past life readings. So I'm excited about that. And if you want, there is a post on the community tab on Dozen Cats where you can put your question in there. And on Friday, I start my new segment series, whatever you want to call it, called Dozen Cats Chats. Very creative, not where it's me talking, because we all know I like to talk. So my first guest, and not always will I have a guest, but in this particular time I do, it will be Ali from Heart and Soul Connected, and we'll be talking about her YouTube journey. So sometimes it'll just be me chit-chatting. Other times it will be myself and a guest. Sometimes it'll be, a deep dive into a topic. And other times it'll just be, whatever. So that's what's going on. And then on Sunday at 7 p.m., we have Terry Renner from Terry at Holding Your Space joining us. And she's going to break down meditation. How do we meditate? How do we quiet our mind? How do we get ourselves into that space? So lots of good things going on. Hi, Amanda. Good to see you. Isadora. I love the picture that you have for your what do you call it? Your icon, Isadora. The scales. Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum. Everyone's like, hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 hello. I'm just kidding. Yes, I so enjoy doing the past life readings with Nancy Jean. I was saying before, so for those of you that are not familiar with Nancy Jean from Nancy Jean's Garden, she uses this, which is called the Oracle Garden, and she uses crystals to do a reading. She also does tarot cards. So she has one of those, but for past lives. So she'll be using the garden as well as cards, and I'll be using my cards. Hi, Jan's Free. Happy Wednesday, my friend. Excellent. Look forward to it, Jen. Uh-oh, thunder and lightning at Linda's house. I can't stand thunder and lightning. I don't like it. There's a Quincy. Hi, Quincy. Hi, baby. He's like, uh-oh, she caught me. She caught me. What are you doing, bud? What are you doing? Well, she gave me the green light go. She said I could come and visit. Hi, baby. Hi, sweetheart. You want to say hi to everybody? Say hey. Hey, everybody. What's going on? Mommy doesn't want me on her desk because... Why? Because all my crystals are on my cards, and you will shoot them like you think they're soccer balls, don't you? You're just going to sit in the corner. Yeah, you're going to sit in the corner. Do you want to show everyone how big your tail is? There you go. My intuitive little kitty cat. This is Quincy. Yeah, you want to say hi? You want to say hi to everybody? No, he's like, no, I just want to cuddle up in front of my mommy. Aw, precious little thing, you. Mwah. Mwah. Yes. Yes, it was minus one yesterday or something, I think, Ron. It's like crazy. And Friday or Saturday, it's supposed to be like 16. This is Celsius, by the way. So for Fahrenheit, it is like -1 is like 30 degrees Fahrenheit or 29 degrees Fahrenheit. And for 16, it is like 46 degrees Fahrenheit. Just to give you guys an idea. Yeah, like yesterday or so on the weekend, we were outside with the dog, Rosie, and, you know, it was hot and she was sweating and panting. I mean, she's a baby. She doesn't even know like what hot weather is, right? She'd take like a couple of like steps and she'd just be like, oh, this is a lot. Yesterday, we were out in the snow. She came in and she looked like a drowned rat. She was soaking wet. Poor baby. So what Quincy wants to do is to sit on my lap because I have a blanket on my legs and he likes to sit on my lap, but then I can't really toss cards that well because I can't reach the desk. Do you want to come? Do you want to come sit? Come. Come on. Come on. Make a liar out of me. There you go. And you got. All right. I'll put that so you guys can see him. There he is. Here's his tail. Oh, hi, baby. There you go. Cover up. Yes, I know. Are you going to be okay? Yeah, you're all right? You're good? All right. Sorry. You settled? You good? Okay. I'm not talking to my lap. I swear I'm talking to the cat. Yeah, it is. It's just it's a lot. And I know that so many people are going through this crazy weather up and down. Yeah, it's a lot. Oh, you too, Linda? Wow. It's 48, but sun, good stuff. Been warm in Southern California. Yeah. Listen, you know, it's not a tornado, it's not a flood, we're good, but it's just, you know, when the weather goes up and down like that, you know, that's when people have, you know, allergies or, you know, sinus problems or, you know, respiratory problems because of the weather going up and down, and their bodies can't adjust to the temperature difference, right? Have you talked to Scott? Is it regarding Rosie? Have I talked to Scott? Who? Question number 1. Is it regarding Rosie? Question number 2. What? You'll ask me, Amanda, what? Yeah. So that's what I'm saying, Ron. Like, you know, like we're complaining and we should be grateful. Like we're good, but it's a lot to get used to, right? No, actually, Rosie's doing a lot better now. She's still very much you know, don't leave the room kind of dog. But she's okay. She's chilling out. She's mellowing out. And because the weather is a bit, you know, been nicer, we've been able to get outside more, and I think she's really enjoying that. It seems to be tuckering her out. Let's put it that way. I think she's sleeping in the living room. Yeah, and she is. She's only like 4 months old, so she's still learning. Yeah. Do you not like Quincy? Quincy, you got something to say? I said she's only 4 months old, and Rose and Quincy was like, "Meow. What's the matter? You got something you want to say? You got something you want to say? You don't like Rosie, do you? Nope. Yeah, Quincy's not a fan. Hi, Sylvia. Good to see you, my friend. Every time Rosie walks by, so these guys have a cat tree, right? We have 3 cats, and every time Rosie walks by, this one here specifically, like just every time she walks by. I mean, she just literally just walking by. So. Well, it's funny that you say that, Rose Blue, because literally today I was laughing out loud when we were outside, and I was like, I'm not sure who's actually working harder here. So we're trying to work on her listening with distractions, right? Like, cars, noise, lawnmowers, whatever. And we're very, very, very early days in this, right? And so I'm out there with the stick and I'm tossing the stick and I'm like, go, we call it a ball because that's the code name, right? Go get the ball. So she starts running and like she's lost focus already and she's got another stick, right? Then she starts to come towards me and I'm like, good girl, come here. And she veers off, squirrel. So she goes over that way. So that's what we're working on. So I literally was running all around the backyard picking up the stick trying to get her. Yep. So I was laughing at the end of it saying I don't know who got more of a workout today, me or her, but anyhow, like I said, it's very much a work in progress. Very much a work in progress. We have to get her haircut is what we need to do. That's what we need to do desperately. She needs her haircut desperately. But I'm really glad that we didn't cut it because she would have been freezing. So we're waiting for the right temperature. Yes, we're waiting, aren't we? Yes, we are. Yes, we are. We're waiting for the right temperature. Yes. Do you want to get a haircut too? Would you like a haircut too? Quince? Quince is like, don't touch me. Do not touch me with those clippers. He loves to get, we can't actually say the word. BRUSHED or ED. He likes to get that done to him. And so if I say it to Rosie, come here and let me BRUSHU, because you just came in from outside. We want to make sure that like you're clean. This one over here jumps up and it's like, did you say BRUSH? Because I'm there for it. Well, I think I told you guys that we called this place that was recommended to us where they do like a introductory session for puppies. And so she's like, yeah, bring her in and it's this much. And then you bring her back like a week later and it's this much. And we're like, okay. So then we contacted her to make the appointment and she took her 11 days to respond and then told us we're booking end of May, beginning of June. And I'm like, that's excellent customer service right there, isn't it? So I have to get out the clippers and do it myself. Quincy's just totally taken up residence on my lap. Right? So, yeah, I mean, listen, if that's the way that it is, and I'm okay if that's the normal weight. But when she explained it to us, she was like, you got to get in here this time and then get in a week later, and it's like, well, how's that going to happen if you're booking in May and June, right? Oh, thank you, Sylvia. Yeah, it's funny because Mark said tonight, Mark is my husband, said to me tonight, he said, something about our house is not quiet anymore. And I said, no, it's not. I said, but, you know, um, he's up on the weekends now. My husband is an awesome person. You all know that, for those of you that follow me religiously. But he likes to sleep in. He works hard and he likes to sleep in. And since we got Rosie, that doesn't happen anymore. And I have been trying for 18 years of our married life to get him to get up, earlier on the weekend so we could spend some, more time together. And now that we have Rosie, that happens. And we've had such great weekends. She has brought a lot of love to us. She has got me on my, back on a regular routine, which I really appreciate in terms of, eating and regular sleep schedule and waking up time. She is really comical. Like, she's really funny. I find she has a really good sense of humor. She knows exactly what buttons to press and exactly how and when to do that. And I think that's hysterical that she's so young and yet she's already figured us out. She's definitely in charge. So, and the cats are getting along except for Quincy. Quincy's not a fan, but Charlotte and Austin is the most warm towards Rosie. Charlotte is working on it, and Quincy is like, I can be in the same room as you as long as you know I'm in charge. Yeah, sure, Jen. It's on my community tab. So if you go to my community tab and just type in your question there, absolutely. Whatever your question might be, like, just a general past life reading, what can I learn or what can I know from my past life? I was saying earlier that I volunteered to go on to Nancy Jean's channel a couple of times, and she did a past life reading on me, like live, to show people how an actual past life reading, not the kind that you would get on YouTube, but like if you booked a reading with her, how it comes and how it works. And I tell you what, friends, both times different information came out and both gave me a lot of insight, and I felt a giant sense of relief in terms of, have you ever thought to yourself, like, for example, I don't know why I do this. Why do I behave that way? Why do I why is that my thought pattern? Like, no one else in my family is like that, just me. Why can't I break a cycle? Those kinds of things. If you ask yourself those things, all of a sudden it comes out in a past life reading that this is something that you've been doing for a really long time. And the reason that you've been doing it for a long time is because of that. And all of a sudden, self-sabotaging thoughts, negative thoughts in terms of, I'm so stupid, I'm not good enough, your self-worth is like in the toilet. Those things, all of a sudden, just, you're like, oh. And because now it's not an issue against you, like where there's blame or shame associated to it, all of a sudden it's like, yeah, I can deal with that. And now it's not a problem. So I found them really, really helpful. Oh, thank you, Sylvia. You're very kind, my friend. Yeah. Yeah, our maple syrup is really, really sweet. We do have a good maple syrup. We do have good maple syrup. It's kind of like our thing. It's funny, for all the things that we could be known for, that's the thing that everybody associates with us. It is kind of funny. I recently found this YouTube channel where this guy, he's an American guy, and he does all these shows on Canada. You know, the best places to live, and, you know, actors that came from Canada, singers that came from Canada, what Canadians have invented, you know, different slang terms, and just fun, you know, stuff. And it's funny because I don't watch it to watch what he's showing. I watch it to watch his reaction. Because he tries to he tries very hard to cover his surprise when he finds out that Canada's actually done something. Just, I'm like, I just find it weird, you know, that we live in, I mean, our country, the size of it is massive. We don't have a lot of people in it in comparison to like the US of A, but we have a massive amount of land in our country. And we've been here a really long time. And I just, you know, we learn about other places, and I find it so funny that other places don't know anything about us. I just find that really funny. So, okay, new Amanda, that's cool. I like, we actually have maple sugar cookies here. They're shaped like a maple leaf. With like a maple sort of frosting or cream in the middle of them. Oh my God, so good. And the other cookies that are really good are, they're called coffee break cookies, and they look like a little cinnamon, like a cinnamon roll or a cinnamon Danish, where, you know, it goes around and around and around, and it has the like raisins in them. Oh my God, they're so good, so good. Like little individual coffee cake cookie things. They're so good. Those are them. Yay. Oh, your next door neighbor makes maple syrup. That's cool. Love it. Highway Through Hell. Yep. Like maple butter is really good. It's kind of like, I mean, think of like apple butter, right? Maple butter is good. On certain things, it's excellent. Like if you think like, you know, maple glazed carrots, or candied yams, or um, even like a fried, like a potato pancake kind of thing. There's, yep, yummers. Pork chops, um, or like any kind of pork or ham, um, even some kind of chicken, right? It can make an excellent sort of sauce. Why do the semi drivers drive crazy in Canada? You know, I find that such a funny statement, and the only reason why I find that a funny statement is because many, many, many years ago, probably in I want to say like 2004. If Mark is still watching, he will correct me. I think like 2004, maybe sooner than that, but around the early 2000s, laws were passed, specifically here in Ontario, that any kind of tractor trailer, which is a semi driver, would have a mechanism installed in their vehicle that would not allow them to go over a certain mileage. And here, our mileage is in kilometers, it's not in miles. So, for example, our highways in like Ontario are normally 100 kilometers per hour. That's 85 miles per hour. Or sorry, I think it's 85. Yeah, 85 or 80 miles an hour. So they can't go over 105 kilometers, and most of the truck physically can't do it. So now that doesn't mean that everybody, adhered to that policy right away, but now most of the trucks are newer and or at least newer from that time. Our drivers, however, like drivers in general, are idiots. We have so many people here, darting in and out of traffic and just being really reckless and stupid. And it's crazy to me. Oh, it's true. There too, Ron. That's cool. Yeah, it was a great thing because we were having too many accidents, right? So yeah, something needed to be done. They passed that law. I'm pretty certain it's 105. We have like all kinds of like work safety stuff. So, if you are a truck driver that's dealing with like long distance hauls, you have to have, your logs, and they are very stringent on those things. Now, I'm not saying that people can't fudge them, but not like in the old days. Oh yeah. Yeah. I have to tell you that maybe I'm not saying that I've never, seen a truck driver that I questioned. But more times than not, if I'm on a highway somewhere and I see a truck driver driving down the highway, I'm going to tuck in behind him and avoid the cars, because the cars are the people that are, going to the fire, right? No, totally, Ron. Absolutely. Totally. Well, see, I just think it's okay. I started off this earlier. I don't know what you heard and what you didn't hear. Sorry, I need to smoke. And I was saying about like the news, like I just can't listen to it. Okay. So without getting too political, this is what I heard today. There was a hearing, and of whatever the committee is, where Marjorie Taylor Greene was questioning how do you pronounce his name? Mayorkas. He's like a member of Biden's cabinet. And I'm not sure what he does in the cabinet. I don't know if it's immigration or something, but like it's he's a secretary of something, right? So she started out the hearing by saying something that I did not see, that was directed at Representative Swalwell. And he then had his few minutes to talk about stuff, and he had the easel with a bunch of tweets on it, you know, and one of the tweets was hers from this past weekend, telling people to defund the FBI. And he was using that as an example that, you know, it's a bunch of talking points. You can't really pay attention to what they're saying, because now she's in this committee saying the Democrats are trying to defund the police when she's asking for the FBI to be defunded on Twitter, right? That's the basis of what he's saying. So that was all I heard. It's like a 38-second clip of that. The next thing I know, there's another thing up that says that Marjorie Taylor Greene goes berserk in the hearing against Swalwell. And those two have had it out for a while in the different hearings. So I go and I look at it, and this is what I hear her say: that you married that you had an affair. You had an affair with with a Russian spy or a Chinese spy or something like that. And it's like, what? I mean, so let me see if I get this straight. You're in the U.S. House of Representatives, that people pay your salary, and you are in a committee to discuss things that would, by all intents and purposes, be of benefit to the American people, and you are looking across the room at your fellow congressperson and saying, and I know you had an affair with a so-and-so spy. But here's where I'm going, okay? For entertainment purposes only, I agree, friends, there with what you just said. So then, someone else in the room says, I want those comments stricken from the record. Well, now the chairman of the committee is like lost, has no idea. They got the person over the shoulder telling them what to do and blah, blah, blah. And they're back and forth, and they are not going to strike the things from the record. Then Thompson, the guy who was the chairman of the January 6th committee in Congress, he is like the ranking member of that committee. And he said, I want that appealed. I want those comments taken down or stricken from the record or whatever. Like, no, we're not going to do it. We want to vote. So then he's like, ayes, nays. The ayes have it. Bernie Thompson, that's his name. Bernie Thompson says, no, I want a recorded vote. 9 no's, 11 yeses. So basically what she said stays in the public record. Fine. And I'm like dumbfounded. I mean, if I went to work and turned around and said to someone in my office, okay, fine, yeah, but you slept with a so-and-so somebody's spy or whatever, like I would have my butt in the supervisor's office faster than I knew what was happening to me, right? I may not be fired, but I'd be written up, I'd be warned. Like, there would be consequences of some degree, for sure. Friends, she then goes one step further. So now this Mayorkas person is sitting in front of her as a witness. And I did not know this, but those witnesses, now that specific person is probably on getting paid, because he gets paid every day. But the witnesses that come there to testify before Congress on all of these crazy committees that they do in terms like like the Twitter and like the nonsense, those people don't get paid. They travel all over from all different places and they come there of their own time. They don't get paid. I mean, unless their company chooses to pay them, they don't get paid. Anyway, so this dude is sitting there in front of the table. And she starts going on and saying like, and all these kids and it's not right and blah, blah, blah. And, I honestly couldn't make out head nor tail of what she was saying because the audio was really bad. But she was like quite animated about it, which I know is not a stretch for most of us to imagine. And she turns around and he's trying to answer her. And he says, Congresswoman, we're doing the best that we can, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, you're a liar, like that to his face. Well, so then another person's like, excuse me. No, she is not allowed to do that. So again, now we have to review what Marjorie Taylor Greene has said. Well, her face was not happy, friends. Not happy. Okay. So they review, and the chairperson, to his credit, said she violated the code of conduct of a congressional hearing. And those words will be taken out from the record. And so they're like, oh, with a Chinese spy. Thank you, Isadora. Yeah. I said Russian, right? Sorry, I meant Chinese. Thank you. So then she's like, just sort of sitting there like, what the heck, right? And the point is, so now they're going to remove what she said because she called the secretary of whatever a liar. And so then someone else is like, what's the difference? So she said a member of this committee allegedly slept with a spy and everyone knows it, and called him a liar. Like what, like which one is worse? How do you, where's the line in the sand? Like, anyway, what ended up happening is, apparently in the rules, who knew that they actually have rules and people follow them, which, by the way, the chairman didn't know. He had to be reminded of that. If there is a ruling against a member of a hearing, like a member of Congress in their congressional committees or assignments or hearings or whatever the heck terminology you want to call them, if there is a ruling that they have, like, gone against decorum, they can and because her stuff was taken out of the record, she lost her time to speak. She had to leave the meeting. Was not pleased. She was not pleased. So my whole point in telling you that whole story is, you're sitting there and you're like, this is like watching dodgeball for like 2-year-olds, right? Like, I know you are, but what about that guy, right? Yeah, it's like a big giant game of sticks and stones. Like, it's insane what they're like. I don't understand it. And I'm not saying that Canada doesn't have that problem, because I'm sure that we do. But not on that level. I mean, it is just, there was a point in time when I thought it was just for entertainment. Like, I honestly thought, like, they're just trying to get noticed, clearly. I don't know. Like, it's like a mind-blowing kind of, like, you know what I mean, kind of thing to watch. It's like, what? I mean, how do you go home at night and think, wow, I did a great job today? You know what I mean? I don't know. I fail to comprehend. I really do. Oh, Benny Thompson. That's right. Thank you, Isadora. Thank you for helping. Listen, don't listen to the Canadian. She doesn't know what's going on, obviously. I just, I was dumbfounded at I seen like 4 clips in total and tried to piece it together, and I was absolutely dumbfounded that and by the way, the comments underneath this clip, it was on I seen one of the clips on Forbes, and the comments, oh my god, Marjorie Taylor Greene's the greatest, and like she's the only person who's speaking up, and she's the only, like, they love her. Like they love her like she's like, you know, like Kim Kardashian kind of level. Like it's nuts to me that they don't hear the hate in her when she talks. So I can't watch it because it makes me crazy. And where I end up yelling at the TV, and I'm not an American citizen, so I can't imagine how the American citizens feel, right? Is kind of where I was going with that. That's why I can't watch it. Literally, don't get me started, friends, because I will be here all night going on about my beefs and we'll save it for my chats. But yeah, it's a lot. There are so many things going on in this world that we need to be paying closer attention to. I don't want to hear who's sleeping with who and who's not doing what they're like. I don't care. None of us should care about that unless it affects their job. Why does it matter? Marjorie Taylor Greene. Yeah. It's one of the reasons why I don't do politics. I mean, I could, but I'd make myself crazy. It's specific. I can read on the political situations, but I don't want to read on like the people, because that would make me crazy. I legit that would make me crazy. Thank goodness for the mute button. Yeah. 100%, Sylvia. 100%. You know what I was watching earlier today? You know what's a good, I don't know if you guys have ever done this, but you know what is a good sort of like counterbalancing for me from that is then I watch like old game show episodes. For example, like Family Feud, The Greatest Answers, or I love Steve Harvey, or Little Big Shots, when he used to interview the kids. Oh my god, because they say the cutest things, right? Out of the mouths of babes, as they say. I just watched a clip today that literally had me on the floor. I was laughing so hard. From Family Feud. Any of the old game shows make me laugh. And I sort of counterbalance that. Like if I get too down the political sort of thing, I will watch that and it'll make me laugh, and then I feel a whole lot better. Till I bring myself back to balance, supposedly. There's Charlotte. Charlotte's coming for a visit. Hi, sweetheart. You gonna come and say hi? Come and say hi. She's like, nope, I'm out of here. You called me out. She doesn't like to be seen. Charlotte, come back. Charlotte, I hear you. What are you doing? Hi. Hi. Quincy's sitting beside me, just staring at me, going, why are you calling Charlotte? I'm sitting right here. Right? Are you my assistant? He's like, nope. All right. Anybody got another question in them, or anybody else got anything else to say? How about we throw a card or 12? Let's just see what's going on. Let's throw a card and see what's going on. Let's ask for a card or a few. I know you don't like it when I shuffle. I'm sorry. It's kind of part of the job. Kind of part of the job, sweetheart. I apologize. Whoa, mercy. Interesting. I had 3 cards fall out. So we got this the other day in one of my readings. The prairie mound ant, and it says work. So what is mine for the doing? So in other words, get to work, right? I mean, speaking of what we're speaking about, I think that's kind of funny. We have the great blue heron, or heron, depending on how you want to pronounce it. Reflect. What does standing still reveal? So the opportunity to get quiet and to gain different perspectives and understanding, i.e. bringing the balance back, as I was just talking about. And we have the deer mouse, which is nest. Would more tenderness help? So that feeling of being embraced, that feeling of belonging, that feeling of being loved. Those are interesting cards, is it not, my friends? So nurture yourself, listen to yourself, and work to make a change or a difference. Like basically, if you don't like something, you have the power to change it if you choose to do so. I can't vote, but if I could, like in the US election, if I could, I would. That's how I would use my voice. So we have persistence, which is stay the course. So in other words, keeping that focused, right? Or keeping that focus, I should say. And then we have prosperity, have it all. This is it's about finding your own joy. Literally what you guys all said about hitting the mute button, right? If you don't want to hear it, you can turn it off. Doesn't mean that you don't care. It just means that you don't want to be distracted by noise. Hi, Ellen. Yes, 2 hours and I'm still here. I'm getting ready to sign off any moment now. Oh, Sylvia wants to know if she'll lose her Medicaid. Oh my gosh, I certainly hope not. I certainly hope not, Sylvia. I hope no one loses their Medicaid. I mean, for entertainment purposes only, it doesn't make logical sense that is something that they could even do. But I can't for 1 second believe that if they did try to get away with that President Biden would not do something to stop it via like executive order or whatever the case may be. It just doesn't make sense. All right, so friends, don't forget tomorrow 2 p.m. Eastern, Nancy Jean and I doing past life readings. If you have a question, you can go to my community tab and put it in there. It's up there right now. You can put the question into the comments below that post, and we will be answering all of those on the show. It will be streaming to both channels, so I'm just sort of letting you know that so there's no confusion going in. That's at 2 p.m. Eastern. And Friday, I'll be back at 8 p.m. Eastern with Allie from Heart and Soul Connected doing the first episode of Dozen Cats Chats, and we'll be talking about her YouTube journey. So hope you guys can tune in. And then on Sunday night at 7, we have Terry at Holding Your Space, basically helping us to understand how to meditate and the benefits of meditation. So from me to you, I hope you guys have a great night. I thank you kindly for hanging out with me and for asking all your questions. And I send you many blessings. And I hope you have a wonderful evening and sweet dreams. Mwah! Bye, everybody.